the part of brasses. So copper alloys are mainly divided into two types. You can say two alloys. One is brass and another is bronze. So brass is alloy of copper and zinc. So this depends upon percentage of the zinc. That is, solubility of zinc in the copper is 30% and can be varied up to 38%, depends upon cooling rate. So depends upon the percentage of zinc. The brasses are further classified into alpha brass and alpha beta brass. Alpha is name of phase. When zinc is completely soluble, the phase form is alpha, that is single phase. But when zinc is added more than solubility limit, your microstructure will show two phase structure. One is alpha phase, another is beta phase. That's why the brass which shows alpha as well as beta phase is called as alpha and beta brass. Alpha brass is soft, ductile, deformable, and suitable for cold working, whereas alpha beta brass is little brittle and it is not suitable for cold working. But you can shape the alpha beta brasses by hot working as well as casting, because above 470 degrees Celsius, beta phase becomes disordered. Disordered phase becomes little soft and you can easily deform it. And then applications of alpha brasses are cap copper, gilding metal, cartridge brass, and admiralty brass. Whereas applications of alpha beta brasses are wounds metal, naval brass, beaded brass, and brazing brass. All these applications we have covered yesterday. Today we are going to see what are the bronzes. So definition of brass, I told brass is alloy of copper and zinc. Whereas in the yesterday's class only I have explained the definition of bronze. Bronze is alloy of copper and Ag honor element than zinc. I repeat, you can write it down in the notebook. Bronze is alloy of copper and any other element than zinc. It doesn't mean that zinc is absent. Zinc is also present in small quantity, but major element is not zinc. Major elements are different and zinc may be subsidiary element. If only zinc is the major element, that alloy is called as brass. But means instead of zinc, other element is major element, then it will be bronze. There are four types of bronzes. This picture shows, so due to limitation of space, I have taken some limited pictures. There are n number of pictures, n number of products you can see which are made up of bronzes. Medals also I supposed to show here, which I have not shown here. So statues, imitation jewelry, then these springs, then registers, German pots, medals, etc., thermocouple wires, and other parts. All are the application of bronzes. Now, four types of main bronzes we are going to study, out of which first type is important and it is widely used and you are observing it in day-to-day life. So that type is tin bronze. Screen is visible. Next. Alloy of copper and any other element than zinc is bronze. Zinc is also present in small quantity for deoxidization. So zinc is one of the strong deoxidizer. That's why it is also added along with the important major elements in the copper and tin and copper and beryllium, copper, nickel and copper, aluminum. Four types are shown here: tin bronze, beryllium bronze, nickel bronze, and aluminum bronze. Let's see. Hello, am I audible? Please reply.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And tin is along element. Some echo. Wait, just 1 minute. Some echo I am observing. Hello. So tin bronze, beryllium bronze, nickel bronze, and aluminum bronze. Everywhere, if you see, Cu word is written first. It means it is a base element. And other right hand side element which is written, it is an alloying element. When tin is added in the copper as a major element, it becomes tin bronze, beryllium bronze. When beryllium is added, nickel bronze, and aluminum bronze. Accordingly, the major element present. Let us see one by one all the elements. Now, one important statement I want to tell you here: until and unless not specified, bronze is tin bronze. For example, when I say only bronze, it is made up of bronze. So 99% it is tin bronze. Specifically, if it is not mentioned, we will consider it as a tin bronze. Otherwise, we will specifically mention it is beryllium bronze, nickel bronze, or maybe sometimes tin bronze also, and aluminum bronze. So let us see one by one the types. You can take screenshot. Today I am going to upload the class notes. First and second chapter of ferrous alloys are already present on the drive. So today I am going to upload it with non-ferrous alloys after completion of maybe tomorrow. So once this part of non-ferrous alloy is over, notes will be available. Solubility of tin in copper is 1% and can be varied up to 8% with varying cooling rate. So if you see any of the solidus line in the equilibrium diagram, it is not a straight vertical. It is always showing decline or incline. So that solubility limit at room temperature is different. And if you go on increasing temperature, solubility will be different. For example, very simple logic. If any product you are trying to dissolve in the water at lower temperature, it may not get dissolved completely. So in the same way, percentage of tin in the copper, it can dissolve only 1%. But if you increase the temperature, that percentage or it can digest up to 8% of tin. So alloy up to 8% of tin usually shows single phase, and above it two phases. So if copper plus 6% tin, 5% tin, with increasing solubility limit of tin in the copper, it shows single phase. But if it is more than 5-6%, or maybe more than 8%, it shows two phase structure. The equilibrium diagram of copper tin is little complicated. In the old syllabus, all these equilibrium diagrams were for study. Now we have studied iron carbide equilibrium diagram. Similarly, copper diagram, copper tin diagram, copper aluminum diagram, copper nickel diagram, all these diagrams were for study in the old syllabus, which is not part of the syllabus now. But only two equilibrium diagrams from this non-ferrous alloys. Three actually. Copper nickel you have studied in isomorphous system. Then aluminum silicon and aluminum copper. That two diagrams I will explain at that time. Now, this equilibrium diagram of copper tin is very complicated. So, if you read, the cooling behavior is little complicated, and it shows, actually I is printed, it is 1. It shows 1 peritectic and 3 eutectoid reactions. It shows I peritectic, instead of I, it is 1. 1 peritectic and 3 eutectoid reactions. See, imagine now, in iron carbide diagram, there are 3 reactions. 1 peritectic, 1 eutectic, and 1 eutectoid. Here, 1 peritectic, 1 eutectic, and 3 eutectoid reactions. So, eutectoid reaction means solid that gives mixture of two solids. S1 that gives S2 plus S3. So by the time you are coming from higher temperature to lower temperature, 3 eutectoid reaction takes place. S1 that gives S2 plus S3. It may be S2 that gives S4 plus S5, S2 that gives S6 S7. In this way, very complicated phases are present in copper and tin system. Single phase oil is soft, ductile, and used for making sheets, coins, and wire. I repeat, single phase alloy is soft, ductile, and used for making sheets, coins, wires. Now you have seen number of sheets. You may not be, you might have not seen the sheet directly, but you might have seen the product made up of the sheet. Now I have told example of this Statue of Unity. So very thick sheets of the bronzes are used for making that statue. Similarly, such sheets are used for other applications. There may be wires, there may be coins. Actually, you can consider it as a medal. So yesterday I told bronze medal. So coin and similar application. This it is in Marathi called as Kansya Padak. So similar applications are made up of this single phase copper tin alloy. Two phase alloy is used for gears, pumps, bearings, statues, bells, and similar applications. Two phase alloy and single phase alloy. Actually, single phase alloy consists of alpha phase. So this is a symbol or notation. Alpha means single phase. But in two phase alloy, at higher temperature along with alpha, different phase is present. But as you are cooling at room temperature, Cu3SN, this phase is present and it is epsilon. Alpha plus epsilon in this way. So this is having good castability and hence it is used for making the casted products like gears, pumps, bearings, statues, bells and similar applications. So it is one of the best applications of two-phase copper alloy. Now little thing about bell. What interesting thing is written here. Alloy of copper and 25% of tin is very brittle and gives good ringing sound. Hence, it is used for making the bells and similar applications. So I have shown you the big bell. So maybe small size bell or big size bell. All are made up of bronzes. So for your kind information, in Marathi, Puratatva Vibhag. So lot of products are there which are made by our ancestors and they are now available in the museum. So for your kind information, let me tell, when there was a human evolution, there was three types of eras. One is Stone Age, another is Bronze Age. You might have heard this, Bronze Age. So Bronze Age means during that period, the number of products manufactured were made up of this bronze. That's why in maybe old stories, our Rama and Mahabharata, you might have seen many products or similar wherever there is a empire, wherever you find the decorative parts and other products, they were made up of the bronze because their era was during the Bronze Age. Stone Age means man was not, it was still in the beast position. एक म्हणजे तो अजून माणूस झाला नव्हता. Stone Age, you can imagine, people were using the weapons of stone and they were killing the animals and they were eating as it is without firing. So that was Stone Age. Later on, it was Bronze Age. Then there was Iron Age. Now we can say this as a Plastic Age. So on, people are go on using the products. So during the Bronze Age, imagine how big size bells and similar products were casted. That was very great. They were not knowing any theory, but with experience and application of mind, They were manufacturing complicated products. Okay, so bell is one of the big complicated product which is casted by the ancestor. So that is called as bell metal, and it gives good ringing sound. खणखणीत आवाज येतो, त्यामुळे ते बेल आणि सिमिलर application. That's why it is used for the print. Short note may be asked bell metal. So you have to write this content and applications and why it is giving good ringing sound. Common applications of tin bronze. First, coinage bronze. So it may not be readable to you because of that recording symbol. It is coinage bronze, COINAGE, coinage bronze. So coins and similar applications. It consists of 5% of tin, 1% of zinc, and balance copper. It is used for coins, medals, and similar applications. I repeat, it consists of 5% of tin, 1% of zinc, and balance copper, and used for making coins, medals, and similar applications. The percentage of tin is 5%. This is almost single phase. You can easily deform it. Now, how coins are produced? You know that coining operation, punching and dies. So, whatever is the product, it is treated as a our good, we can say our product, and waste is the remaining part. It is called as a blank. So, punching blanking operation, you are knowing, it may be produced by using the same process. Zinc is deoxidizer. So it avoids the oxidation. That's why 1% of zinc is added always. Second application is important, gun metal. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
In old days, when there was war, our peoples were using the swords, arrows, and other things, archeries. This gun is launched by actually we were using it, but in the mass quantity, it was launched by British people. Actually, it is invention of European countries only, gun. So you know that when there was war in the Pawankind, and our people were just, it was great, you know that great warrior in the Pawankind, Paji Prabhu Deshpande. So he got shot dead by gun used by the other party, and that gun were long barrels. Long barrels means lam muthi nali. Even if you search on the Google, old days guns were having big barrels. So these barrels are made by this bronze. It consists of 10% of tin, 2% of zinc, and balance copper. So even small to large size of the guns, whatever the barrels are there, and it was supposed to clean that barrels with the help of brush. It is not as easy as like today's era. We are just putting the pistol magazine and just go on firing. So there was filling or feeding of the explosives first. On that explosive, there will be a bullet. Bullet is a round ball, and then people were forcing it and compacting it, and then when they were pressing the lever, there was explosion, and because of the explosion, that small bullet get fired, and it may be target. So these gun barrels are made of this copper and tin. Gears and bearings are also made up of. Now I told what majority application is there based on that the title is given. For example, yesterday I told cartridge brass. Cartridge means cartouche, बंदुकीची गोळी, बंदुकीची नळी. So that envelope case, we can say, case or envelope of the bullet, that is made by that alloy of copper and 30% zinc. Because of that, the name of that alloy becomes cartridge brass. It doesn't mean it is used only for that purpose. It is used for other purposes also. Okay. Similarly, gears, bearings are also manufactured by gunmetal. Third, phosphorus bronze. Now try to understand the important thing. Phosphorus, so 4 types I have explained previously. Tin bronze, nickel bronze, beryllium bronze, and aluminum bronze. So in tin bronze, tin is major element. Aluminum bronze, aluminum major element. Beryllium bronze, beryllium major element. And fourth one is nickel bronze, nickel main element. But it is not like this key here. Is the copper and tin only. In copper and tin, small quantity of phosphorus is added. So phosphorus bonds doesn't mean copper and major element phosphorus. No. So always remember, phosphorus bronze, the name is given because phosphorus is added in small quantity in tin bronze for improvement of the properties. Which are these properties? Let's see. Depends upon the percentage of phosphorus. It is divided into 2 types: wrought phosphorus bronze and cast phosphorus bronze. Wrought phosphorus bronze and cast phosphorus bronze. Wrought means it is suitable for cold working, and cast means it is suitable for casting. So wrought phosphorus bronze, it is having 2.5 to 3% tin. It is single phase copper tin alloy with 0.1 to 0.35% phosphorus and balance copper. As the percentage of tin is less than 8% or less than 5%, it is suitable for cold working. Hence used for electrical contacts and wire brushes. Now, wire brush means what? Small, you have seen the plastic brushes you use for painting, etc. So the hairs are made up of wire. These are used for cleaning of some complicated parts. Okay. And all these alloys are made up of phosphorus bronze. Now you have studied drawing subject. In machine drawing, you have on the sheets. So bill of material you have prepared. And in the components of the sheets, assembly drawings, you might have written somewhere the bushes are made up of phosphorus bronze. I don't know whether you have prepared in that way, but as per my knowledge, this part was covered in machine drawing, the bill of material while drawing the sheets. So the bushes which are having good bearing properties, which are increased by phosphorus, copper tin alloy with 5% to 13% of tin and little more phosphorus. See, little more means less than 1%, 0.3 to 1%, and balance copper. It increases good bearing properties. That's why it is suitable for casting also and used for making the bushes and gears. So this is called as cast phosphorus bronze. So I repeat once again, phosphorus bronze means copper tin alloy added with phosphorus. Okay. So coinage bronze, gunmetal, phosphorus bronze. Tin, 2% of, some mistake is there. Sorry friends. Here 2% of zinc. Here I will change. Here there is a mistake. It is zinc. So make correction accordingly and take screenshot with correction. So 10% of tin, 2% of zinc, 2% of lead and balance copper. See, 2% of lead is added. Lead increases fluidity and gives brownish black color to the statues. You have seen many statues kept in the museums, in big hotels, in many of the halls. You might have attended some functions, events, where you have seen big statues made up of this bronze. So these statues are having great attraction, complicated shape because of presence of this lead. See what small parts, even the ornaments wear by that statue is also clearly visible. So why these small areas are correctly casted? Because of good fluidity, which is increased by addition of lead. So 10% of tin, 2% of zinc, 2% of lead, and balance copper will give this brownish black color is given by lead, and lead increases the fluidity, zinc increases oxidation resistance, and hence your statues may be long lived. And that's why this bronze is called as statuary bronze, which is used for making the statues. So this is all about tin bronze, coinage bronze, gunmetal, phosphorus bronze, and statuary bronze. Hello. Next.
1 minute, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Any
previous
problem?
slide, sir.
Previous slide. Any doubt? Hello.
Hello,
Ah.
sir.
Any problem?
Hold, sir. 1 second.
You want to take screenshot?
No, sir, I am writing. I don't have mobile, sir.
Arre baapre. So, okay, you can write down, no problem. Your friends also can provide the screenshots and notes to you. I will wait for 1 minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Over.
Or
Over, sir.
okay, make correction of that.
Over, sir. Yes, sir.
Beryllium bronze. It is alloy of copper and beryllium. Statement. Beryllium is very costly element. It is not written here. You can write it down. Beryllium bronze is very costlier than other bronzes because beryllium is costlier. So, solubility of beryllium in copper is 2.1% at 864 degrees Celsius and decreases with decrease in temperature. 1 minute. So I am finding one student absent out of 52 who left the room. This meeting is recorded so that all roll numbers are available who are present. So if any of your friend left, please convey. One more student left now. If it is automatic leaving the room because of the internet problem, you are expected to rejoin within 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. So please, students, let us see. Solubility of beryllium in copper is 2.1% at 864 degrees Celsius and decreases with decrease in temperature. So already any of the element, if you check, the solubility decreases with decrease in temperature, increases with increase in temperature. Now what is specialty of this alloy? There is one concept. I will take 1 or 2 minutes to explain this concept to you. It is called as precipitation hardening. There are number of types of hardenings. How can we make part hard? First is conventional hardening. You can heat, soak, and quench it in water or site. Very fast quenching will give martensite and part becomes hard. Another way is case hardening, which we are going to study in next chapter. So you can add carbon, nitrogen, which will form carbides and nitrides of the surface, and surface becomes hard. Next hardening is, we can say flame hardening or induction hardening. Then next one is precipitation hardening. Cold working is also one of the type of hardening. Because of cold working, the strength increases. It is usually used for low carbon steels for increasing their hardness. One more type is precipitation hardening. It means the solute which is present, it is separated with time and it forms the strong precipitate, coherent precipitate. And because of that precipitate, obviously it is at angstrom unit level, the moment of dislocation becomes difficult and it is very difficult for deformation of that metal. And because of this, we can say that part becomes hard. Earlier, this chapter was there in the syllabus, it is removed now, but this in detail I will explain you during aluminum copper, where the process of precipitation hardening is to be explained. Time being, remember, beryllium when added in copper beryllium alloy is exhibiting the precipitation hardening process. Means if you heat and cool, heat and quench and keep in atmosphere. So today is 1st August suppose or 1st July. I have heated and soaked and quenched, and immediately after quenching I will check its hardness. It is suppose 50 bhn. Then tomorrow if I will check, it will be 55 bhn. After 1 week, it will be 60 bhn. After 2 weeks, it is 100 bhn. I'm not doing anything. Without doing anything, just keeping it as it is, automatically hardness increases. This is because of formation of precipitate. That's why this hardening is also called as age hardening. So as a curiosity, you can just Google it. You'll get the information regarding it. I will tell the basic steps during aluminum copper. So this is one of the alloy which exhibits precipitation hardening. You can see why I am explaining, because this may be asked in MCQ. Following alloys exhibits precipitation hardening. So any of the alloys are given, and out of that one may be copper beryllium, one may be aluminum copper. So you should write correct answer. For that purpose, I have explained you this process. It has good resilience, hence used in making diaphragms, springs and similar applications. The springs photo I have shown at the starting slide, that springs are made up of this copper beryllium alloy. Resilience means what? You have studied strength. Sorry, title was there. Mechanics of material, I think. Its old name is strength of material. Who will tell me what is resilience? I am expecting answer from you. Without taking name, I am expecting. It is one of the term on stress strain diagram. You know elasticity, you know yield point, you know breaking point, you know ultimate stress, tensile strain, you know toughness. Similarly, resilience is there. This is interview question. Please give stress to your brain. Hello. Hello. Toughness.
Sir,
Toughness is
toughness.
different. Toughness is different.
Yes.
Saurav Wadekar. Roll number 55. Ah.
Yes.
Pranav.
Recovers easily, sir.
Don't know?
Recovers easily.
In correct technical explanation is expected. Akash Mane.
So to come back in same shape.
Yes, who is speaking? Samruddhi. Huh.
Hello.
What you are saying? Yes, Samruddhi.
Return in the same shape after deformation.
It is elasticity.
Sir,
Huh.
हॅलो सरला उच्चकिता
That is a local language translation you made. I want technical definition of resilience.
yes, sir. Hello. Sir.
Huh?
Sir, it's energy absorbed during elasticity.
Omkar,
Sir, capacity to recover quickly from difficulties.
I will tell correctly. Yeah, you are partly correct, both of you. It is energy absorbed to elastic deformations. You can write this statement. Energy absorbed prior to elastic deformation. Means if resilience is more, it will not easily deform. So more and more resilience means more and more capacity to absorb. It will not easily allow for deform. Okay. So there are two definitions. Remember it. One is toughness and another is resilience. So energy absorbed prior to elastic deformation is resilience, and second definition, toughness, energy absorbed prior to fraction. If energy absorption capacity is more, there will not be fracture easily. If energy absorption capacity is more, there will not be elongation easily. So it has good resilience and hence used for making spring property of this copper beryllium. It is having good toughness, hardness as like steel. So very important. Many times this question was asked in the exam. I said many times. Justify. Copper beryllium alloy is used in the coal mines. Justify. So what is coal mine? Coal mine means कोळशाची खाण. Copper beryllium alloy is used as a tool in coal mines. म्हणजे ते कोळशा फोडण्यासाठी कॉपर बेरिलियम alloy वापरतात. मग स्टीलचा टूल का नाही वापरत? So there is a justification. Let me clear. See how to explain this. Before that, you see, it is non-sparking in nature. So there may be any friction, there will not be sparking. Sparking means thin gaudne. So it may cause explosion. Usually, if you take steel tool, any of the high carbon steel or any of the steel, it is used for making the tools. That digging tool, if you take to ordinary areas, no problem, it get cut. In coal mines also, it will cut the coal. But during the digging operation, during the cutting operation, steel tools make sparks. You have seen the sparking. That sparks may come in contact with explosive gases present in the coal mines, and there may be chance of accident. Hence, you require tool. It should not spark. Then it is observed that copper beryllium have little less but equally good strength and toughness, and that alloy is also used for making the tools. If you use that tool in the coal mines, it will perform similar to tools made up of steel, but there is no danger of sparking, and hence copper beryllium alloy is used for making the tools used in coal mines. Now your question may be ki, what is logic of sparking? Very important. See, always remember, when there is a spark, it is usually given by cast iron and steels. Non-ferrous alloys are non-sparking in nature. You go to workshop, take one aluminum, or I am going to give demo during one experiment. called as a spark test. So if you take any non-ferrous alloys and if you hold against the get material get removed without sparking. But if you take tool made up of steel or cast iron or any of the product made up of steel or cast iron, and if you hold against the grinding wheel, you will find the array of the spark. असं ठिणग्या मोठ्या मोठ्यांदा उडलेले दिसतात. Why? Because it consists of carbon. When you are putting that tool or part against the grinding wheel, there is a friction. Because of the friction, the whatever particles are get removed and carbon is present in the steel, it becomes red hot. That carbon from the steel or cast iron comes in contact with atmospheric oxygen and forms the carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide burst. तो कार्बन डायऑक्साइड बस्ट होतो आणि ती बस्ट म्हणजे ठिणगी. दिस हॅपन्स इन मायक्रोसेकंड्स. दॅट्स वाय कंटिन्युअसली यू आर ऑब्झर्विंग दिस स्पार्किंग. ओके, so this is the sparking mechanism. It is absent in the non-ferrous alloys, and if you use other alloy for tools, it will not work. If you use bronze for tool, means tin bronze or any other aluminum alloy, pure copper, it is also non-sparking, but it will not perform the work of tool. We want both things. It should perform the work of tool, at the same time it should be non-sparking. So which is that alloy? Here is copper beryllium, which has good resilience. It will not easily deform. It is having good toughness. It is having equally good hardness and non-sparking in nature. That's why it is used for making the tools in the coal mines. It is as simple as it is. Copper beryllium alloy. So you can write down this question. Copper beryllium alloys are used in coal mines. Justify. So answer I have told you. Nickel bronze. Nickel bronze is also called as constantant. So copper and nickel both are soluble in each other by 100%. We have seen this already. I'll complete it fast, because you know that in isomorphous system, copper get dissolved in nickel and nickel get dissolved in copper by 100%. So this alloy is also called as constantant. Actually, color of copper is red and color of nickel is white. But if you add nickel more than 15 or 20%, you can't imagine. Nickel color is dominating on copper color, and that alloy will be observed as a whitish color. 80% copper and 20% nickel will show white color. So you can't imagine that there is 80% copper. This is the dominating nature of nickel's color on the alloy. Corrosion resistance increases with nickel. Okay. Same thing. It is written that alloy becomes practically white after addition of more than 20% of nickel. At 45% of nickel and balanced copper, it is having good electrical properties. Which properties? High electrical resistivity and extremely low temperature coefficient. Wires, etc. I repeat, it has high electrical resistivity and extremely low temperature coefficient of resistance, and hence used for making resistors. Some spelling mistake is there. Resistors and thermocouple wires. Okay. So I have shown the picture at the front slide. Now one more thing. Due to good deformation and flowable properties, it is also used for making coins, bullet cases, flower pots, nameplates, impellers, and pump parts. Number of applications are there which are performed by copper and nickel alloy. So on table you might have seen some flower pots, nameplates, bullet cases are also there, and impeller parts are also made up of this copper nickel alloy. One beauty of this copper nickel alloy, in Germany this invention was made. That's why the name of this alloy is German silver. What the technocrats had prepared, they have added zinc, equal quantity equal to nickel. So zinc
copper, nickel, and nearly same quantity of nearly same quantity of zinc is added along with nickel. It gives good resistance for action of food chemicals and water and atmosphere. We are calling as a German. Actually, it is German silver. जर्मनची भांडी तुम्ही पाहिलेत स्वयंपाकघरात पाणी भरण्याचे मोठे टीप आणि and number of applications. That is actually German silver. It has good resistance for food action, food chemicals and water and atmosphere. Okay, this is all about copper nickel alloy. Have you taken screenshot? Aluminium, bronze, copper and aluminium. Maximum solubility of aluminium in copper is 9.4. So before I go to next paragraph, let me take the review of earlier bronzes. If you see every slide or every bronze or brass, I have explained with the first statement with solubility limit. So it is must. You must write that statement. You understand and then mug. Don't mug it blindly. So solubility of zinc in copper is 30%. Solubility of tin in copper is 1%. Solubility of beryllium in copper is 2.1%. Solubility of nickel in copper is how much?
100%.
Correct. Nickel in copper is 100%. And solubility of aluminium in copper is 9.4%. It is having good strength, ductility and toughness. It also has good bearing properties and good corrosion resistance. Bearing properties, you understand now, friends? Endurance means it can bear. That is called as bearing properties. It doesn't mean for making the bearings. Okay. Yes, it is used for making the bearings. Why? Because it sustains the rotary load. So bearing properties means it can sustain the rotational parts. This alloy is having finest color in among all copper alloys. They are having lustrous appearance and hence used for making the imitation jewelry. In the market, whatever imitation jewelry, Bentex म्हणतो आपण त्याला, we are saying it as a Bentex imitation jewelry. So whatever imitation jewelry is available in the market, more than 90% it is copper aluminum, and sometimes it is the gilding metal also. I have explained you gilding metal. So copper zinc sometimes and copper aluminum. So but majority it is copper aluminum because it is having finest color in all copper alloys. Lustrous म्हणजे चमकदार सोन्यासारखं वाटतं. Okay, that's why it is also called as imitation jewelry. Now it is also having two alloys. One is single phase alloy, another is two phase alloy. Alloy with 4 to 8% of aluminum and balance copper. Copper is missing here. Alloy with 4 to 8% aluminum and balance copper. Copper word is missing. Is single phase alloy. It is used for making heat exchangers, tubes, jewelry, and making thin sheets. So you have seen heat exchanger tubes, they are also made up of copper, aluminum. Jewelry is majority. Jewelry means not always ornaments, any decorative parts also, and any sheets, which can be used for making further parts. This is single phase alloy. Two phase alloy, because 9.4 is solubility limit. So more than that, it becomes two phase alloy. Alloy with 8% to 13% of aluminum and balance copper is two phase alloy. It is suitable for casting, hot working. You can't cold work, it may get cracked. It is used for making pumps, gears, cylinder heads, dies, electrical contacts, and spark plug. Your two-wheeler you have seen. So spark plug if you remove, so outside part is that glassy part, the chini matis aste, but inside contents are or metallic part is copper aluminum. You might have seen this spark plug body. So all these are applications of copper aluminum. So today we have seen copper tin bronze, copper nickel bronze, copper beryllium bronze, and copper aluminum bronze. Remember, first word written, that is copper dash aluminum, means copper is base. Copper dash beryllium means copper is base. In further case, you'll see Al dash Cu. Al dash Cu is different and Cu dash Al is different. That part I will explain in next class. So I hope you are writing the test. So please cover it and drop it in the drive. So today we will stop here. Thank you very much.